Hey, it's me, Michael Ward. I'm back for another conversation with you, and I am so very excited to be able to talk about this today because it's really been on my mind and in my heart a little bit before the pandemic hit, and I just never could find a space or feel like I was saying and getting across everything that I wanted to say. But today I was like, let's just go for it. Just speak from the heart, and it'll work itself out. It doesn't always have to be perfect. This is what I'm telling myself as we have these conversations. But I was very inspired when I was reading Billy Porter's Unprotected, a memoir, where in the book he talks about the angels in the village that helped him get to where he is, and he calls these people out by name in saying that, yes, you see me, here, but behind me, there are so many people that were put in my place in a village that kept me and held me to make sure that I got to where I am in my life. And I was like, woo, that clicked for me. And then he also talked about an incident as far as meeting other Black gay men in his life and how sometimes we don't even know that we're saving each other just by being kind to one another. And that really resonated with me. I would say in my early 20s, moving back home to Jacksonville, a lot of my fear of befriending new friends and Black gay men in my life was this fear of of disclosing my diagnosis and the HIV stigma of people I knew that did disclose and later either left the city or there was gossip about them. And I did not like it. It never sat well with me. And of course, I didn't want to be one of those people that was talked about. And I'll never forget a conversation. I was in the club one night, and this guy says to me that this club ain't nothing but a bag. The men in this club ain't nothing but a bag of bones. Everybody looked like a bag of bones. Something to that effect of saying that they were sick. It's kind of like how it was framed of like they're sick or they're not well, and I don't want nothing to do with these sissies and these punks because everybody in this city is sick. And at that time, I didn't speak up. Even for myself, I didn't speak up for the other people that he was attempting to shame, and stigmatize. And instead, I retreated and I was like, wow, okay, so this is what you think of me. So I know at this point, you don't consider me to be a friend. Um, and that really, like, it really stuck with me for a very long time. And so moving to Atlanta and finding my tribe, my CMP tribe, and meeting the community here, I was like, wow, for the first time in my life, I feel like I can bring who I am and I'll be accepted. I'll be accepted to be here, to even have this conversation with you today. There are so many people that made this happen and so many people that have checked on me and supported me and made sure that I was okay. It made me think about those teachers, in my life that saw me as a Black angry boy, so full of anger, and probably knew that I was queer and saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself at that point. And I'll never forget Mrs. Waddell, my sixth grade drama teacher, who later became my seventh grade creative writing teacher, held so much space for me when I would write poetry like Fear of Flying, where I talked about my relationship with my father and my home life, or feeling like an outsider, a black sheep, because I knew at that point, as being Black and gay, that the world, uh, in the words of everyone else would use, that the world would view me as being a sissy, a faggot, a punk, and my life would be so much harder than what it had to be. I was making this life harder for myself. And she saw me in that instance and asked what else was going on with me and kept me deeper and gave me those creative outlets to be able to express myself. So I acknowledge that and I call her name out into that space of lifting me up. I want to just put my own hope for the future of those Black queer kids that they are able to find angels in a village and a support for people to love them because we see in instances like Nigel Shelby what happens, when you don't have that. And also, I also believe the work that me and my creative partner Josh Jenkins of Black Gay Stuck at Home has been a testament. Like the love, the care, the concern that we have for each other. We can work together and we can build these things up and systems and, you know, really hold true to that statement that Black men loving Black men is a revolutionary act. And it's something that I say, it's something that I've posted. I'm pretty sure you may have seen me, but this is this is what that looks like and feels like in my life of having support and Black men and Black queer men in my life that aren't catty, that want the best for me, that tell me that I'm loved and incredible and supported. So I wish the same for you. I want to know your experiences. I want to know if there's people in your life, angels that have kept you, that have watched over you, to, that have pushed you forward to be your best. Um, and special shout out to one of my best friends, Rio, who's probably listening to me record this video right now. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts, and I hope you join me for our next conversation and that you share this video, you know, so we can continue to keep this conversation going. So until next time, as always, be good to yourself.